Good morning. It's Jonathan Barratt with the morning debrief for the 17th of February. Pretty crazy night last night, particularly there with the Dow up 144 points. S&P certainly up very positive. Gold, copper, wheat, all up aggressively. Oil up as well. We'll rattle through some of those numbers. I think the main reason last night was a little bit of relief over what happened in Greece. The market has certainly seen some light to the sovereign contagion that we were all expecting. And also we had some very positive manufacturing data in the States. And obviously with the US coming back from President's Day, they come back with a vengeance. And of course, as we speak, the Dow is certainly very firm indeed. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Let's just have a little bit of a quick wrap as to the overall market. Okay, as we can see, the Dow's even put on a little bit more, up 1.7%, 172 points at 10,271, so quite aggressive there. The S&P is up 1.79% and the Nasdaq up 1.29, quite positive there. We did get some positive lead also from Europe, where the Stoic 50 was up 36, the FTSE was up 76, and the DAC 81, and the CAC 59. So across the board, everything very aggressive in terms of equity markets. And this euphoria has actually spilled over to the commodities and also precious metals, as we will see. But I guess the most important thing there is the economic growth expectations have picked up. We've had the dollar that slid quite aggressively last night, the dollar index, which we'll go through as well, and of course some of those economic numbers. We also have some very important numbers out tonight, FOMC, and we'll run through all those as well, because that's going to pretty much dictate, I think, the market for the next couple of days. But at the moment, she certainly looks quite solid. Okay, let's just have a look at some of the markets now. Because we look at that via the Falcon Trader. I guess the major moves we saw last night, I think, really had to do with economic confidence and also that dollar index. And as you can see here, the dollar index broke through some pretty key levels. That was a trend which we followed and looked at the other day. And as you can see, it's broken through that and it's under pressure. Takes out this 77 area here at 77.70. Then probably expect it to actually trade 79.70. Probably trade back down to the 79 level. So expect that US dollar to be quite weak. Let's see how it trades. But on the back of that, we saw some pretty aggressive moves in commodities. I guess one of those is gold. Gold certainly traded up very aggressively, still looking quite strong. 11.20 was the target we had. We've already reached that, and expectations are for it to continue. I would expect a pullback soon, but it still looks quite positive. Silver, a huge mover last night, very, very strong move. In fact, that was probably one of the largest moves we saw, and probably a little bit more in that. Let's just see how that actually trades over the course of the day. Copper, exceptionally aggressive there. Another move, very strong as well, and that's in expectations. Remember, we have been long all these things for the last 2 weeks, and we've been long and getting it right, which is very good. So we can move up our stop losses on most of the positions, and that would be the gold, corn, wheat, oil, all very positive. On the oil front, we did have another strong move there for oil as well. Oil 77.14 on the front month. Now that's a move of nearly 4%, and there you can see coming into resistance at 78. So I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to that level and then perhaps comes under pressure. But still very, very strong on that side. Aussie dollar, as we mentioned, certainly aggressive, 90.15. That's a good strong move. Should expect some profit taking today, but overall we continue to like it. Just so you have a look at the day chart on that. As you can see, it's certainly got a bit further to go on that when you just sort of widen it out a bit. And I would not expect it to not slow down and probably see it test back through that 92, 93. So quite aggressive on that front. On the local market, 45.96 is where we're up 69 overnight. That's 1.52%. Now the market has perhaps a little bit more catch up to do during our time, and I wouldn't be surprised to actually see it continue to trade higher. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see it back through that 4,700. As mentioned, and for those that are following some of the trade recs we have, this could be the right-hand shoulder developing. But at the moment, she looks quite strong, so I would not expect it to see it, expect it to trade through that 4,700. So that is something which we are looking at. So today, expect the SPY to open up quite aggressively. We've mentioned some of the softs. All softs were very firm as well across the board. So generally, commodities were good, equities were good, and the dollar was good. We do expect that to continue. And what have we got coming out for today? And I think really they're the numbers we're looking at today. Bank of Japan meeting, machinery tools, orders in Japan as well, Bank of England minutes, construction in the Eurozone, a lot of data out in the States, and as well we've got the minutes from the FOMC meeting, and that'll be pretty keenly watched. Also API data out in crude oil. So quite an eventful couple of days. So quite a couple of eventful days coming up. Let's stick to our core strategy. We are effectively short US dollar and long commodities. I think that's the play to stay with for the next for the next while. And if you need and you feel you want to add some positions, I feel it's still quite comfortable. Remember, the markets, when they trend pretty much only about 20 to 30% of the time. So let's grab this trend now. There's still a little bit more in it, and it should be quite fun. Well, that's about it for us for the debrief this morning. Hope you have a good day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Cheers.